Geriantef? Okay. My father taught me how to be in awe of the stars, to stay up late and drive into the mountains, towing his enormous telescope, and we huddled in the cold in order to see the brilliance of the cosmos as clearly as our limited human vision would allow. As a child, my father, the computer scientist, taught me that religion and science are not competing views of the world. Rather, being a scientist allows him to know the universe more deeply, and so to be all the more amazed by all that we do not yet understand. So he taught me to be in awe of the stars, and he also taught me that to be in awe of the stars is also to live in awe of ourselves. The astrophysicist Carl Sagan famously said, "The cosmos is also within us. We are made of star stuff." And the great songwriter, Joni Mitchell, wrote, capturing in the context she was writing the zeitgeist of Woodstock. You know the line, I think. "We are stardust, we are golden." And it continues on if you remember it in her voice or as it was covered by Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. We are stardust. First, is this scientifically true? Yes, it is true that when many stars get older, they eventually blow up in supernovas or star explosions. In fact, everything we encounter in our world other than the element hydrogen, including all the carbon and the minerals and the water that make up our bodies, is this stuff, the aftermath of star explosions. We are made of this most ancient stuff, the same materials that existed at the beginning. And so, of course, it's almost too tempting to ask when and what was this beginning? And whatever we believe about the beginning, whether it was orchestrated by God in a creation type of event, or a Big Bang phenomenon, then, or if they're one and the same, we can keep asking, of course, back and back in time, because as stardust, we are connected backwards in time. We are connected to all the people who have ever lived. We are connected to all the matter that we can know and measure about the universe. And I would add, too, the responsibilities on us from all of those past generations. And as stardust, we are also connected forward in time to however we will shape the future and whatever that matter will turn into in the future. So we are stardust is true. What does it mean? So if you'll move with me into metaphor, you know it was going there. We are stardust reminds us to balance our confidence with our humility. As we take account of our lives and reflect on how to move forward, which is the task of the day, many of us, myself included, feel humbled. We need that humility for the work that's ahead. We need to take it seriously, making amends, forgiving each other, forgiving ourselves. But for that, we also need courage. Tshuva, returning, changing, working to become the best version of ourselves is not easy. We need both confidence and humility. First, more on confidence. We are made from the stars. We are made of the magic material of the heavens. We too shine. We too tell stories. And we too maybe also point in the right direction. And who knows, depending on what you believe, foretell the future. We have intuition. Whoever we are, whatever we have done, if we are proud, if we are ashamed, if we succeed, if we make mistakes, we will always be of the stars. This is the ethic of confidence. On the other hand, humility. We are the stars, and we are also dust. And not new, shiny dust. We are really old, billion-year-old dust. And we are inheritors of an ancient tradition that calls on us to commit to values that are larger and broader than just what we need to meet our needs, to have faith even when we do not fully understand. We are but specks of dust. This dust part is the ethic of humility. And in order to grow and change, we need both aspects. We need star and dust. We need confidence and humility. From our Jewish tradition, the call to humility is loud and clear. For one, it took humility to find our way here tonight, however we got here. Making amends is not easy or comfortable. And as we approach God or a higher power, each other to ask for forgiveness, each of us has fallen short and disappointed. Each of us is limited. Each of us needs help. We have all chosen to be in shul, in Jewish community tonight. And let's not take that for granted. That is huge. That is meaningful. Most of us are here because we want to be here. And I'm certain that synagogue on a Sunday night was not the first choice of everyone in this room. I'm just guessing. I won't make you respond to that. And that's okay. Sometimes for a good reason, we defer to what is best for our family, what's best for our community, what's best for the Jewish people. We put the concerns for the many over our own preferences. Maybe we look back. Maybe our parents took us to Kol Nidre. Maybe their parents took them to Kol Nidre, and that's why we're here. Maybe we chose this way of life. Maybe we chose Judaism. In 2023, we all put quite a lot of effort into doing what Jews have been doing on this night for thousands of years. That is real humility. Humility in the Torah. After Adam and Eve eat the forbidden fruit, God reminds them angrily, "For dust you are, and to dust you shall return." Abraham, who later earns God's trust, is promised what? He's promised stars. God says, "Look toward heaven and count the stars. If you are able to count them, so shall your offspring be. I will give you my blessing and make your descendants as numerous as the stars." Yet Abraham never forgets that he is only human. He even calls himself but dust and ashes. And we remember that too. Tomorrow we will sing at the end of the Unatana Tokef prayer of Adam and also of ourselves. We will sing, Adam yesodo me'afar, vesofo le'afar. Our beginning was from dust, and our ending will be dust. We are each part of the long history of the Jewish people. And as our stardust selves, we are each small relative to the space and time of this vast universe. And we are each also bigger and more important than we could ever imagine. As it turns out, our tradition is more scientifically and spiritually accurate than perhaps we even knew. On the one hand, we're called to have a certain degree of faith or deference to that which is greater than ourselves. And on the other hand, of course, we know that tradition needs to change. So both are true. Deference to tradition includes so much. We visit the sick. We comfort mourners. We welcome the stranger. We feed the hungry. We come to shul for Kol Nidre. We are humble. Also, the world is changing, and we need the confidence too. New technologies, new understandings of freedom and equality have brought up questions that our earliest laws could never have anticipated, and to which they understandably give inadequate consideration. To make it really tangible, we have electricity and feminism. Our Torah did not. Our Torah did not. To effect the change that we need in order to account for things like electricity and feminism, we have to trust our own creativity and our own intuition. As a Jewish people, we need a certain degree of confidence to balance out that humility and that deference to tradition. And personally, we need that balance too. In a Hasidic teaching from Rabbi Simcha Bunim of Peshisha, it's a great place to be from, Peshisha, 19th century Poland, we learn this teaching, which I love. Everyone should have 2 pockets. I think I have more than 2 pockets with this robe. Everyone should have 2 pockets with a note in each pocket. So 2 pockets and 2 notes. And depending on what you need. So if you're feeling low, down, disconsolate, depressed, reach into one pocket, and there you should find these words. This is Rabbi Simcha Bunim. Bishvili nivra ha'olam. For my sake, only for me, the world was created. The whole world was created for me. So translating that to stars, I am of the stars. If I ever needed to remember that, reach into my pocket. The whole world was created for me. I'm made of the stars. We might ask ourselves, how could I speak up more loudly for what I need, for what I believe? How do I make myself bigger? And then the other side of the Hasidic story is if I need to reach into the other pocket, if I'm feeling too high and mighty, the other pocket has these words. Anochi afar va'efer. I am but dust and ashes. So the whole world was created for me. I am but dust and ashes. We are dust. We might need to remember sometimes. We might ask ourselves, how could I trust others more? How could I leave more space and more time and more room for them? How could I speak more softly so they can be heard? And we could expand those questions, which would be in this pocket and which would be in this pocket. But most of us need both. When I shared this stardust idea with my father, who's watching on the live stream, he offered me a beautiful scientific and spiritual teaching that brought new resonance. So I want to share that with all of you. It is true, he confirmed, that we are made of the leftover dust after stars explode. But I didn't know we are also made from the dust of future stars. In his words, dust can change into stars that shine brightly. The stars are created by the dust in the universe, which coalesces until it's dense enough for a nuclear reaction to begin, and then shine brightly again as a new star. He says this could be a metaphor for our own growth, change, and improvement. So thank you, my father, Barry Megdal. On our path to return to our best selves in this new year, I pray that we always remember that we are stardust. After stars die in these glorious creative explosions, their leftover dust lives on as you and me. And then the dust of all of us returns as stars anew. And it is up to us to journey along this cycle of confidence and humility and hope. Gemar Chatima Tova. May we all be sealed well in the book of life.